Good Tuesday morning, 2 a.m. Eastern PA weather, 30 meteorologist Bobby Martrich. This is your outlook for February 25th, 2014. And we're going to switch gears a little bit today, and we're going to start off with the overview here. And this is a very broad overview. First of all, the polar vortex that you're going to hear that word thrown around a lot is now reestablishing itself, sitting right over Hudson Bay, right over in this area here. And it's going to sit here and spin for a couple of days. And what it's going to do is going to end up sending little pieces of energy rotating around this axis, kind of like a little pinwheel. And there's little different pieces of energy that are just going to keep rotating through. Nothing crazy here. This is all northern stream dominated system, so very, very light. But you can see what this is doing is it's just sitting there and spinning. It's just rotating these little weak disturbances around that polar vortex. So it kind of just sits there and just rotates, and then just like a pinwheel, everything keeps running through here. The first of which is going to be today, and this is the future radar off the high resolution rapid refresh model, future simulated radar, and you can see just some light snow showers moving through here, not amounting to much here, but there will be snowflakes flying from this. And this will be mostly during the daylight hours today. Going over to the RAP, which is another rapid update model, same idea here, same exact areas, just some light snow showers moving through here again during the daylight hours on Tuesday. And then we go into the next day here. Here's the NAM high res future simulated radar for early Wednesday morning. Now this would probably be, say, maybe start up again, maybe like 2-3 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday overnight, and then this is actually the image of 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday morning. Again, same areas, and just some snow showers, and maybe putting down some additional coatings to an inch or thereabout. We do have a total accumulation map. Now this goes through Wednesday morning. We did not link to this on the Facebook page because we just didn't think it was really link worthy here. This is not a big deal here. This is total accumulations that you can expect over the course of through Wednesday morning, when we think the pinwheeling effect of these little systems moving through quick hitters will give a grand total of just snow showers up in this region here and less than an inch of accumulation. You may get a little bit more concentration down here in southern areas where you get into those heavier snow showers or heavier bands, but they're really not heavy. That's really not the right word to use. Maybe a little bit more robust. But either way, you're talking about a coating to 2 inches down in this area, so maybe a little bit higher potential here, but we're not talking about much. This is a 2-day, essentially a 2-day total, because we're talking about through Wednesday morning when we expect the precipitation to move out of here, and then we have another break before the next system. We're going to go over to the GFS and go to this is actually the system on Wednesday. Here's the area of the snow showers here, and again, this is just pretty much where we have it on our map here. Just in these areas right here is where the GFS has it as well. So northeast PA, a few flurries up in this area. I don't think you're going to be expecting much from this system here. Either of these systems that move through, they're mostly a more southeast of you systems that as they do rotate around that polar vortex. Going a little bit further in time now, and here's Thursday. There's going to be a very strong area of low pressure here moving into southeastern Canada, and it's actually going to have a cold front that's going to be attached to it. You can't really see anything with it because it's a kind of like a blind front here, dry front moving through here, and it's going to be a reinforcing shot of cold air behind it, and it's going to make Friday very cold. So nothing really, maybe a few flurries up here in the northern areas here, but nothing as far as precipitation anywhere else. Not enough lift generated with that front to set off any snow showers, we don't think, on Thursday evening. But that does move through in the overnight period, and then Friday, again, like we said, is cold, high pressure moving in behind it. And we go to the next system, which is the March 1st system. Now, the models have been really shearing this out as of late. I mean, the European model has a little bit more concentration than this does, but still, you're only talking about, we could get a couple inches on Saturday here, so we'll have to watch that. But this is not a big deal either. It's really a sheared out mess as it comes across. here on the GFS. Again, the European model doesn't have these little breaks in here like it's shown here, so we get a couple, inch, 2 inches, maybe 3 if you're lucky. But we'll have to follow that, and as we get a little bit closer and narrow that down. But it doesn't look like a big deal right now. The storm that does look like a big deal is actually outside of our forecast range. We do a 6-day forecast in our local forecasts, and it runs out of range at Sunday. And here's Sunday, not much going on yet. But you got a system here that's moving in from the west here, kind of like an overrunning situation with snow to start here, but then there's going to have some warm air advecting as this low pressure moves in, just in this general direction. It's sitting right out here. Low pressure is going to just kind of keep moving across in this direction here, and as it does so, we're going to have to watch this one, because it looks like a very big storm could take place early next week, but there's still some concerns of what track does it take here. Does it take an inland track here? Does it take a track more like this and bring more snow up in the area, or does it try to cut up here into the Ohio Valley and then transfer to a secondary, which is also a possibility as this heads off like this? I think the third option here is probably what's going to end up happening, but again, we're a little bit too far away here to really speculate on what kinds of precipitation and the amounts that could happen here. If we were talking about snow here, it could be a pretty decent amount here for for a March snowstorm. So we're talking about March 3rd here. So we'll definitely follow this as we get a little bit closer here. But this is the latest GFS showing that snow here, and then some icing back here in the Ohio Valley, and then verbatim to the GFS run, that icing moves into PA after that point. And then the heavy snows move up in here in this area. So again, we have several days to look at this. Again, it's outside of our forecast range, but I just want to give you that heads up, because I know some people are talking about it and hyping it in some capacity here, but I think we're a little bit too far away to make any clear-cut decisions on what's going to happen for early next week. We have these minor systems this week, the cold to deal with. Let's deal with that right now. When we get closer, we have an official word from us. We'll certainly let you know either on the Facebook page or here on the website. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for February 25th, 2014. Have a great Tuesday.